hear them? The birds are waking up. It just makes me smile. Well, you know me in quotes. This is a good one. Genius might be the ability to say a profound thing in a simple way. I think that's one thing I like about quotes is they can take a big concept and just kind of punch you in the face with it. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure, but yeah. So often think life is pretty complicated, and you can make it that way, I believe. That doesn't mean it has to be that way. So, thought for the day is just how do we simplify things? One of my goals for this year is creating space. So I wake up at 4:30 every morning, sometimes 5:30 on the weekends, and do my walk thing, do some yoga, stretching. I call it stretching, I don't know if it's yoga, but some meditation, and just really create space for me, my brain, and I really need that. I'm going all the time. It just doesn't work well for my brain. Can you hear? I'll point the mic over here. I'm waking up when I'm waking up. We keep the bedroom window open and just for a little coolness as the summer's coming upon us here. Tony always said, can you close the window and drop the blinds when you get up? So I like the fresh air, but those birds, they get up way too early. So just be thinking of how I can simplify what I see as complex things today. Not for the day, I guess. Little update on the windowsill garden. A little lackluster, actually. No, they're about ready to pick, actually. Soil's just starting to dry out. I think they got a little overwatered when I got them started here. Only knocked one of them off the shelf so far. Big old mess down here I need to kind of clean up. It's only been there for a couple days though. And I'm going to be picking lettuce for lunch next week, I have a feeling. It is Friday afternoon, and I am all cowboyed up to go to horseback riding lessons. So Tanya's been riding for 4 or 5 years. She just did her first professional show, let's say, and I started a couple months ago, and really came down to Tanya rides every Monday, and I said, what do you savor? When are you the happiest? She's like, when I'm on a horse. So we just started talking about, maybe riding another day. And she just said, I don't want to be away from you another evening of the week or on the weekend. And I said, well, what if I rode too? I used to, when we met, I lived in a horse barn. Whole nother story. But so I started riding and was pretty intimidated with horses. They're really big animals, and not that they're out to hurt you, but they're just big and very powerful. So been riding for a couple months now, really enjoying it. It started out Western, and then I think I'm going to go to a saddle seat, kind of an English, the really thin saddles that don't hold you on. And so I've been riding in that type of saddle for the last I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 lessons. So I maybe have 8 lessons under my belt at this point, probably less. And actually, surprisingly, really enjoy it. It's nice to get out of the house. I love going to the barn. I love working with animals. They're just really big animals. They're like big dogs and have personalities, and they're different and need a lot of respect. So that's been really enjoyable. And so this is kind of our Friday highlight. We get to go ride together and take a lesson at the same time. We'll see if we get some video from that, but it's pretty much every Friday. And Tanya, we're heading up to, I think, around Tacoma in sometime this summer, June or July, for another horse show, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. So we're taking a day off of work and heading up Thursday night and get to hang out with horse people for a whole weekend, which they're typically pretty cool people. And then you get to hang out with horses and sit around the stable, and life just really slows down at a horse show. You're just kind of waiting for your class or your event to come up, and then you show, and then you head back to the stable and wait for the next one. And it was really fun. Tanya was at her event was on a Friday, so she took the day off, and she was there at 5:30 in the morning to warm her horse up, which had already been delivered by Tim, our trainer, and was out at the fairgrounds already. And so she was there from 5:30 in the morning until I think we left at 9 o'clock at night to go grab dinner with some other horse people, and got home probably about 10:30. So she was gone 5 to 5. Was that 17 hours? I don't know that she was just pretty happy, and I was pretty tired. Just kind of walking back. I wasn't showing, I was just helping and making sure she had gear on and helping run errands and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to go to a second show here, and just good stuff. Done horseback riding, and we are at Three Peaks having a little barbecue and a brew. And the sun's out, so we're not missing any sun either. Well, we are heading back from Three Peaks. Had a little brisket, really good. Really nice sunny day, and they've got a big old yard out at Three Peaks. So if you can make it out there, check it out. It's a tap room, and we are heading back. It's time. Fergus, our little white, fluffy curmudgeon dog, is just had some teeth pulled, so we're going to get back to him tonight and give him some meds to keep the pain down. So we'll probably be in the backyard the rest of the evening. Might even have a fire pit going on. We'll see how it plays out. It's Friday night. Did horseback riding, went to Three Peaks for a beer, chatted with some really nice people out there. We may see there again, would be my guess. And sitting here with Tanya and Wanda, Tanya's mom, just chatting and enjoying a fire. Nothing simpler. Well, the quote I read this morning: genius might be the ability to say a profound thing in a simple way. Happiness equals sitting in front of a fire and watching it. I must be a genius. I don't know. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your favorite things? What do you savor?
How many people?
What are the simple things in life that really you enjoy? There's Mr. Tino. He's becoming more lovey-dovey as he gets older. I don't know what that means, but yes, normally he doesn't sit with us, and he just kind of was whining and wanted up on my lap, and now he's actually sitting here letting me love on him. Just trying to hide. Not a big camera dog. And the wind just came up. Oh my goodness, look at fire's going crazy over there. Nice and warm. Wish you guys were here.
peeing. He's a good boy.
Fergus is coming off his med drugs. Had a good pee. Hadn't eaten yet. Not drank a lot of water. There's little Fergus coming up after his surgery. Not feeling too good today. Had a couple teeth removed. No pleasure more simple than a fire. But it is time for bed.